Crown Council Live. This is our weekly broadcast that goes out to all the membership. We're grateful to have you join us, whether you're joining us live or you're watching us recorded. I am Stuart Anderson here at the Crown Council office in Salt Lake City. The purpose of our show is to connect with this incredible community. So many moving parts that make the Crown Council community successful, whether it's all of our teams and doctors, our resource partners, live events, charity work, Eagle U, anything that is happening that is out in the Crown Council universe. We try to bring them onto the show, hear from them, and make sure that we are feeling connected as a community. So much great things that are going on, and we want to learn from each of those things. So today we've got a great show for you. I'll introduce our show here in a minute. I know we already have one person in the waiting room. Tanya Bailey is joining us. She's out in the field working with a practice. She is a TOPS coach, and those TOPS coaches are always out in different practices providing hands-on training to our Crown Council doctors, and she's going to be live in one of those practices today. So we're going to hear from her first. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I am going to just take you to the crowncouncil.com website, and on that website you will see just a few things that we want to do for housekeeping. They are up here at the top. Number one, annual event. We are deep into annual event planning. I can't believe I'm even saying that. We're 5 months away from being back together in the at the annual event in Salt Lake City in 2026, January 29th through 31st. And we are about to launch our campaign mailer for everybody that is signed up. And part of that mailer is our recognition night. So I just wanted to scroll down here to our You're Invited to our Look Up Awards Gala, which is Saturday night, January 31st. This is 2026. A huge part of having a culture of success is recognition, and that recognition does take some time for you to nominate. Whether you're doing this in your practice or if you want to do it at the annual event, this is an awesome place to do that. We have a form that you can fill out to nominate. We're going to be providing awards for the best doctor to work for, team of the year, team member of the year, and then something new for this year is, as Rachel writes here, this is an evening of celebration, hope, inspiration, and vision. Our Look Up Awards Gala. So Look Up calls to stay positive through challenges, rising above negativity, seeking purpose beyond ourselves, and to dream bigger. It's about paying attention, discovering with wonder, and finding joy with what lifts us higher. So together, let's honor those who inspire us and look up. So the annual event is a very fun time to honor those in your practice or in your life that need some recognition. So we're going to be accepting nominations until November 30th. And we have just listed some of these fun Look Up awards. Rachel's put together a giant selection, but I'll just scroll through a few of them. The Look Up Award for someone who inspires vision, hope, and perspective. So who helps you see the big picture and believe it's possible? Or how about the Lift Up Award for uplifting others emotionally, mentally, or spiritually? Who lifts others when they need it most? And you can read through these. We'd love to hear stories and examples and share those from the stage at the annual event. Recognition is a huge part of a culture of success, and we want to be part of that with you. So you'll follow this link, and that link will take you to the nominations page, really the hub of the annual event, which is inside the crowncouncil.com website. So you'll see it over here on the side, RSVP forms, hotel reservations, and then recognize your doctor or team. This is where you're going to do that. So we encourage everyone to start recognizing, start building your awards program, and being part of this really fun night where we can be together recognizing the very best in the Crown Council. One thing that I wanted to highlight, which I think is very fun, is up here. I've got a little calendar of what's going on, and let's see if I can find it. Under Friday, we are, we normally do a dress-up gala Friday night at the annual event. Something fun that teams can do, something different that teams can do together. So once our instruction is finished for the day on Friday, we are going to have our entertainment night with music, dancing, and we're encouraging everyone will do it, to join us at the Heart of Oz for a night of mystery, magic, and music. where emerald elegance meets glittering delight. So you can dress up, come dressed to impress, pink, emerald green, or black. If you're feeling whimsical and magical, dress like a wizard or a wizard, a witch or a wizard, a sorcerer, or any other character from Wicked. Your future is unlimited. And then we have the incredible one voice children's choir who is joining us. And then Colin Cloud will be our entertainment after the children's choir. He's combining his background in criminal profiling and skills in psychology, lie detection, stand-up comedy, and magic. It'll be a really fun night if you're looking for something enjoyable to do out of the practice where you're working on your practice and not just in it. Our annual event will be just that. So we're looking forward to being together with the Crown Council membership. Everybody should join us, and registrations on crowncouncil.com. So just a little housekeeping there. We're fun to announce those new things. Let's bring Tanya Bailey in. She's texting me. We are ready. Let's do it, Tanya. Let's bring her in. Tanya is in Dr. Chris Hammond's office. And Dr. Chris Hammond is my dentist. He is my, oh, yes, 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 yes. You guys, thank you for being part of us today. Grateful to have you on Crown Council Live. Tanya, is everybody there? Can you pan the room?
Everybody's here. Yes. Everybody.
What is
Here's
up?
everybody.
Yo!
Get all the way.
Ah, my hygienist. Greetings. You guys, how are you doing? We're grateful to check in with you. Tanya, are you there?
Yes.
Tanya, will you, just for people that are watching that don't know what you're doing, will you just introduce what you're doing at the practice?
I
Yeah.
would love to. So excited. I have been honored and privileged to come work with Dr. Chris Hammond and his team. We just figured it out about 13 years now. Started out here in 2012. And I come out here regularly to work with them like an elite athlete. They are an elite dental practice, and they see the value of having outside perspective coming in and working on coaching, really everything. This time we're really focused in on, do you take my insurance verbal skills? Dr. Hammond's practice has always been fee for service, and there's always work to be done on sharpening the saw so that they keep their verbal skills spot on, so that the patients see the value in coming here, even though they are an unrestricted provider.
Very good. The Crown Council membership loves to learn from the very best. And that is why we do Crown Council Live and check in with our teams here and there. Dr. Hammond, maybe this first question will be for you. What is the value of having a coach come in every once in a while? Can you talk about that?
Well, like Tanya said, I feel like we need outside perspective. We get in the grind every day, and we kind of get in our own bubble, and it's hard for us to realize sometimes where we've had entropy and lost some of the skills that we were taught originally 12 or 13 years ago by Tanya. So it's funny that some of the things we're talking about today are the things she talked about the very first time she visited us, but it's not really about new information. It's about having someone hold us accountable to learn the things and then actually put them into action.
Very cool. Team, anybody can answer this. I know that a lot of patients have the opportunity to choose a dental practice, right? Can you talk about, anybody can raise their hand, what sets you apart as a dental practice that people choose?
Paul. I'm glad you asked, because we've been working on that this morning.
Yes.
Great question, Stuart.
Paula?
I'm gonna ask Amy down there at the
Okay.
end.
Hi, Amy.
She's not new to us.
I don't know. I think a lot sets us apart, but mostly I would say our relationships with people, the way that we help people feel part of our family when they're here. We give recommendations based on what we would do for ourselves and for our family. And I feel like that is an attractive culture that people like to keep coming back to.
I love that. Anybody else? Anybody else want to add to that? Okay, can I ask an additional question to that? I often that what you said, I do often hear that. Can you give specific examples of how you actually make that happen? How does this practice make patients feel that way? Is there anything specifically that you do?
Well, I think it starts with a phone call. I think we have really great people that are ready and willing to talk to people on the phone. immediately making a relationship with them by asking them, thanking them for calling, number one, and immediately asking them their name and introducing themselves, I think is where it begins. What do you guys think?
And then I would say just transferring that relationship to the next person. So
Yeah.
the person that takes the incoming phone call is that initial relationship. But we love when the patient walks in, transferring that relationship to the person that will actually be the provider or the assistant for that appointment, and just helping that be continuous so it's not sort of a reset on communication each time they interact with a new person.
I love that. And although you guys are my dental practice, I don't feel that specifically this experience for me is rare, whether it's Dr. Harris or Dr. Stringham or whoever sees me. I just love to feel that you guys know who I am and that you care who I am when I arrive. I know maybe I'm different. You can just be like, just convince me I'm different, but it's probably how you treat everybody, which is what I love about being at your practice. It's like my favorite thing is that whenever I see any of you, you all say something, acknowledge me, or talk to me in a way like what Amy just said to make people feel different when they're there. So,
Can I? Oh, sorry.
yeah.
I just have to credit some of the people that have been here for a long time, like Paula and Amy, Julie, London now, and they're kind of the keepers of our culture. The people that have been here for a while and seen that be successful are the ones that have set the example for the new team members that allows that to continue. And if you didn't have those people on your team, then I think it'd be difficult. But you kind of need people that police that to be sure that we're keeping that culture alive.
Nice.
Can
Okay.
I add something?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Because what I notice going to practices all over the country is a lot of times they're not even aware of the things that they do that are different that set them apart.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could speak to something unique that they do here that I don't
Great.
see in many practices that
Okay.
I know you experience. So this practice, this is a busy practice, much like many of you watching Crown Council Live today. Nobody is sitting around twiddling their thumbs with extra time on their hand going, I wish I had something to do.
Mhm.
Busy practice. What I love that they do is whoever is scheduled to see a patient, whether it's a hygienist or an assistant, they are waiting in the wings for that patient to walk in the door. And when that patient walks in, they don't have a traditional front desk. There's no desk. There's a beautiful waterfall and a
Mhm.
beautiful reception area. And within about 5 steps, the team member that's scheduled to see that patient is greeting the patient. And if by chance they're not able to because they're still tied up with another patient, they tap out somebody else to greet that patient for them. It's
Mhm.
very choreographed so that every patient that walks in is welcomed like a family member, just like you would welcome someone coming to your home.
Right.
Someone's there to greet them. And I think that from relationship and really setting themselves apart in their community, and I would even say in our industry, game changer.
I love that. I agree. I never have to stand in your practice awkwardly wondering what's next.
Right. Right.
In your bike shorts and your bike helmet.
Hey, I'm coming Wednesday. Maybe I'll show up in that outfit. You'll never know. Hey, so I know you guys are busy. This is a privilege to be with you. But I would love to ask just open question to anybody else. If there's anything that is part of your culture that you feel you could share with the rest of the Crown Council membership that makes a difference for your patients or just belonging to the team in general, what would you guys share with the rest of the Crown Council membership that sets your practice apart or your team apart or the way you treat patients?
I would like to just say I've been here many years, and the reason I do stay is just because the doctors treat their patients so genuine, and they really care about what they treatment plan for them, about what they need, and we are all friends. They take great care of the team, and it makes everyone want to stay and be here and be loyal because we know that they care about us, and I think that's why we don't have a lot of turnover. And the patients are our friends. We really get to know our patients, and it's just very meaningful relationships that I think is the core of everything.
Awesome. Anybody else? Thank you, Paula. it's like you're burying your culture of success testimonies right now.
Hi, Julie.
I will say one thing I love about this team and being a part of this team is that we're friends. And one thing that I really enjoy after working in dentistry since I was 16, we do a lot of cross training so that we can help out. So if things do get a little bit slow, we can help answer the phones, or we can help schedule appointments, or we can take payment. We can do a lot of different things to help just make the practice run smoothly. Then when other team members are out, like I've been out for a few weeks, it just still runs flawlessly. It's been great.
Awesome.
Can I say something, Stuart?
Yes.
Karen, I think we're still in we don't know what makes us special because we're in it every day. So, I get to go on a lot of practices, and I get to go on a lot of amazing practices. And I love some of the unique things that every practice does for their culture. One of the things that Dr. Hammond has been doing, I'm long before he knew me, so it probably started very early on, and I love this, is at the end of the day, everybody is helping everybody finish, which is not unique. And what they do is at or before 5:15, they all come back together where they started their day. They did the morning opportunity meeting at 7:45. So between 5 and 5:15, they all meet back at the end of the day to celebrate the wins. And they're, kind of doing it's not long, it's just a quick recap. They have a bit of an agenda, but I always feel like that it seems that it's something that everybody's looking forward to eagerly, and then they all leave together.
I love that.
And that's a little thing, but I think it's a big thing. I go in a lot of practices where there's one or two people left kind of finishing everything up, and everybody else left 15, 20, 30 minutes ago. And I just think that's a huge culture builder, that everybody feels supported. And it's not a front back thing. Yesterday, one of the team members in the front, when the back was still tidying up clinically, they're back there, what can I do to help? And I saw assistants, sweeping, and I mean, it was just all the little things that have to happen, but they were doing it with a happy to do it attitude.
I love that. And then when they all leave together, does Dr. Harris drive them home in like a van? Do you guys all get in a van and
take all my kids out and
take? You guys are the best. Okay, get back to your busy day. Grateful for you, and I'm looking forward to being with you next Wednesday. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Tanya.
Bye.
Hey, bye. Okay, I wanted to review real quick how you can work with Tanya, work with our TOPS team. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And Tanya, I didn't explain this good enough. She's obviously part of our Total Patient Service team. And totalpatientservice.com is if you need a coach, and that coach can come into your practice and they can work hands-on with your team. Even if you are the best team, having a coach and having TOPS coaches is the key to great teams' success. So totalpatientservice.com, and then virtual coaching or in-office coaching. There's a lot of great options here to be with our TOPS coaches. So grateful for them, thankful for Tanya to check in with us. That team is the best, and they really are setting the standard when it comes to patient care. So grateful for Dr. Hammond, Dr. Harris, Dr. Stringham, and the whole team for joining us today. All right, our next guest, I believe Angela is in the waiting room. I'm going to bring Angela in. We've never had Angela as part of the live stream before, so I'll wait for her to get here before we do a big introduction. But Angela is from Preferred Dental Solutions, one of our resource partners, a newer resource partner. Angela, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. Welcome to Crown Council Live.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Remind me where you are. Where are you broadcasting from?
I'm right outside Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Yes.
Grateful to have you on the live stream. We just finished up with Dr. Hammond and his practice, hearing from them live. You're live. We've had a bunch of recorded shows recently, so it's fun to be back to our live agenda. Angela, will you spend just 1 minute if we were in an elevator together and I was like, hey, what do you do for work? Will you introduce yourself and what you do?
Sure, absolutely. If we were in an elevator, I would hope it's not stuck. So it's really just a 1 minute
No, we
pitch,
have
right?
1 minute. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So my name is Angela Holland. I'm the founder of Preferred Dental Solutions. We make the PPOs work for dentists. There has been a cycle and a push on the insurance side over the last, 8 to 10 years that has just gotten more and more complex every year. And we help simplify PPOs for the dentist so that they can make more revenue than ever and stop working for the PPOs.
That was very good. That was like 30 seconds.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I
So,
hope I was
no, that
clear
was
with what we
good.
do.
Follow-up question. How did you maybe tell about you personally? How did you start? How did you get into this?
Absolutely. I actually came into the medical and dental industry through sales back in um, 2000, early 2000s, and I
Okay.
fell in love with the dental industry. That's where I learned that the management and practice, the clinical and practice management side are so very different, and they need different powerhouses and different mindsets to achieve optimal revenue for the business part of the practice. And I fell in love with the dental industry, the doctors, the office managers. So I became one. I
Okay.
grew with a team and I ran a practice super successfully. We grew it by almost $1 million in 1 year. And that was with, just some pretty simple changes, streamlined business approaches. And PPOs were a big part of that, optimizing those. So in 2018, I started my own RCM company that was prior to 2020, right? And COVID happening. And during COVID, we continued to run and help practices that were shut down continue to optimize revenue. All that outstanding aging, we cleaned it up. We continued to bring dentists money while the money wasn't coming in. And through that, I built a very successful RCM company. I sold to a NASDAQ corporation in 2023. And since then, we have taken a bit of a different approach with the RCM piece. And instead of working on claim submission and billing and collections, we work on the step ahead of that. And that is PPO contracting, optimization, strategic credentialing. And we work in a way so that maybe you're not always chasing claims. If we can maybe get you ahead of that so that the PPOs will be on your side versus working against you.
I love that. Man, so much. There's a lot there. We might need to have you back on for a full uh, webinar. That was awesome. Okay, so one thing I want to remind everybody is um, Angela is just a great example of interacting in a place that she sees countless examples, countless experiences, things that like a normal dental practice, there's no way they could experience the things that you have experienced in your certain area. And resource partners as a whole are an incredible resource and solution to just like not having to figure stuff out on your own, right? I mean, you have a body of knowledge of things that I don't care how long you're in dentistry, you probably see more examples of what you do in a day than a dentist would probably see over a lifetime. So maybe let's start there. Um, Biggest misconceptions that dentists have about how insurance actually work. And then maybe, yeah, and then second question, how does that impact their revenue, their collections, and the way the practice works? Can we start there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do. I see more claims, issues, networking, all of that in a day than most practices or office managers see in a month or a year, whatever it may be. And I think that the biggest misconception is there's a stigma that PPOs are negative, that they are bad, stop, fee for service. And that's just not reality in most demographics of the United States. So I think that I am trying to really change the way that dentists work with the PPOs so that the PPOs can work for them, because there has been a stigma, because it's a reality where so many doctors are working for the insurance company. So if we implement strategies where yes, we can have future negotiations, yes, we get paid quickly, promptly from those PPOs, there's all these different tactics that can set a dentist up so that the PPO works for them. And most office managers are dealing with a million things on their plate. So they're dealing with keeping the schedule full. They're dealing with juggling all the day to day. There is no way in today's insurance landscape that a single office manager or practice or multi-group can keep up with all of this. It changes literally from one day to the next. And if you're not in it, then you wouldn't know of it. And by the time you know of it, it's too late. So you've already hemorrhaged money. So we help you prevent that loss. I think that's something that doctors also should keep in mind is that insurances aren't bad. Let's create a way that they are good when it's done the right way.
I love that. Maybe walk us through then. Like I'm sitting here watching this and I'm like, you are wrong. The insurance I take is bad. How do you tell
I
if
hear you. I
if
hear
the
you.
current setup is working or holding them back or growth? I mean, how do you tell? How do you tell if the setup is actually a good thing?
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a free consultation with all of our clients. I connect with them. I want to hear what your current PPO landscape is. Usually, if a practice is contracted with 4 or more PPOs, they are set up incorrectly or less optimally than we would like to see. Not because 4 PPOs are bad, but because that leaves the networking open and this becomes very messy. So I don't want anyone to fall asleep during this. So what it does is it opens the door for other networks to start clawing their way in, or almost like tentacles coming in. So what we want to do is we want to optimize that. We want to make sure that your direct contracts only allow direct access. So if an Aetna patient if you have a direct contract with Aetna, only Aetna patients are accessing Aetna's fees, right? Now, Aetna's fee is super low. So does it even serve your practice? All of these things are KPIs and data points that my team and I look at before we make these decisions. Every single practice in every single location of the US is handled as it is just you. Your practice and your landscape, PPO landscape, is so different from everyone else. And I know that people say, well, I'm set up with the same payers, as the doctor next to me. It's still different. Your contracting is different. How they're affecting your practice is different, and your patient base is different. So we look at all different pieces to make sure that your PPOs are optimized. The offices can do this themselves, but the reality is there's just so many layers to it that it wouldn't be optimized fully. And that's the piece that's hard.
Yeah, we were just talking to Tanya Bailey, one of our top practice advisors. She was in an office, and the first thing she said was, "We're working on verbiage for insurance." And I think that is a good example that this is tricky. It is like a maze.
Yes.
So if you were to give 1 or 2 strategies right now that would help practices maximize insurance without nuking the front office person, what would that be? What are some strategies you would recommend?
Yes. So that's a good question. So the first thing I would recommend is know your contracts. So let's just set time aside where your office manager can figure out what your current networking looks like. Are you directly contracted with Aetna? Are you accepting under a third party? What does your contracting look like? We come into so many offices where they're like, we have no idea what's happened. They just kind of like put their hands up. They're like, we have no idea what's happened. We don't know where we stand. And that's more common than less. So if you're in that space where you're not even sure what the current contracting is, you're not alone. And that's like step 1. Like, let's figure out, knowledge is power. Let's figure out where you stand, right? The other piece is make sure that you have a really good billing specialist, and not one that just says, I'm a really good billing specialist. You need one that really knows the nitty gritty and can make sure that your plans are reimbursing you at the fees that you think you should be getting reimbursed at for that contractor network. There are so many, I kind of use the term tentacles often, and it's because these payers, due to the most favored nations clause, due to third party access, things like that, they are just engulfing other payers. I just received an email from a client that we worked with. Oh my gosh, please help. Cigna sent me 2 emails. Humana is now accessing, Emeritus is now accessing. So it literally changes from day to day. So that was just in my inbox today. So these networks are constantly changing, and my philosophy is less is more. It used to be sign up for all the PPOs and the patients will follow, right?
Right.
If you're set up under that mentality, you are hemorrhaging money and you are not optimizing the revenue that you should be getting. So through knowing where you stand and understanding what less is more means for your practice, that's where you can really optimize.
I love that. You obviously have more knowledge than, I mean, so you're watching the landscape, you're seeing what's changing. Can you talk about that for a little more? So your company, how will you help companies in the future or dental practices in the future? And then what are you seeing? Like, where is this going? Do you see like big changes, just little, continue to see little changes, or what are you seeing, the like kind of the landscape of the insurance world over the next
Yeah.
little bit? Yeah.
We're seeing small changes, like for example, just saying Cigna accessing with two other payers, Emeritus and Humana. We're seeing small changes. That sounds like a small thing. It's one insurance working with another insurance. But those changes make big revenue impacts. So that's the change. It's like very small changes resulting in big revenue impacts for the office in a negative way. So as far as we go, I think that we are going to be a preferred partner for many, many, many years to come with these practices because of these ever-changing evolution of the insurance companies. I think it's only going to get harder. And I don't mean to burst anyone's bubble or ruin your lunch for the day, but I do. I believe that this is becoming a more complex reality of the industry, and we can optimize you so that again less is more, keeping things simple. That's a saying back in sales is KISS, keep it simple, right?
You forgot the
And
other S. Keep it simple.
I know, yeah, I do. So I really believe that like less is more. Having a preferred partner, like what we do is we partner up with these practices long term so that we're your resource. We are your expert in guiding you through this. We want to optimize your revenue. We want to create minimal patient attrition. And we want to help guide you and your practice, your office manager, your team with great verbiage for insurance companies or when you drop a network, what that looks like to impact your practice. There's just so many opportunities to really optimize insurance versus be intimidated with it and just cancel it, just go out. Like that's not the way to approach it. That strategy doesn't work how we all envision or hope it would. So that's what we help navigate. And being a preferred partner with practices has allowed us to guide them in this insurance landscape. And I think that this is just the beginning. I think we're just tapping into it, and like it or not, we're here for the long run. But I assure you that we're a great partner with the offices.
Okay, I'm going to navigate to your website real quick. Best place to start, is it free consultation?
Absolutely. Please
Okay.
schedule a free consultation. There's no obligation to do any commitment with us. I would love to just hear your PPO landscape. I want to know your pain points. And if we can support the practice, we have a money back guarantee. So for fee negotiations, if we cannot increase your revenue, we give you your money back. For credentialing,
That's awesome.
The old way used to be, let's just sign up for as many PPOs and the patients will follow. We now have a trademark pending process called strategic credentialing. And it's a proven approach to ensure the PPOs are working for the dentist versus getting in that cycle where it's really hard to drop those plans because your patient base is built based on those plans. So that's what we want to prevent.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Trademark. That's cool. Way to go.
I know, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Okay, preferreddentalsolutions.com, a great place to start. I'll include that link with our weekly email. And if you're watching this live, you can navigate there very easily. Anything we missed, Angela? I know this was quick, but great. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I appreciate it. I really look forward to a long time partnership with the Crown Council, supporting the clients. We are offering discounted services to you all just for being a part of the Crown Council group. And I really look forward to helping practices work with the PPOs and the PPO set them up so the PPOs can work for them and be that guided source in this landscape.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Grateful
Thank
to have you
you.
on live stream. Okay, well, let's do it again. We'll maybe make it more formal, or I don't know. I don't know what else. I mean, every time I do a live stream, I ask our resource partners, I say, send me maybe some ideas for questions that so I don't look dumb when I'm talking to you about how smart you are about everything that you do. So you
This
did
is all
very
I
good.
know. This is what I know about. So don't ask me about anything
Cool.
else, right?
Well, thank you,
Thank you so
Angela.
much for
Great to have
having me.
you
Nice to
on.
meet you. Bye.
Okay, bye. She's very smart. What an incredible partner, a solution that's something that every practice has, or at least has to navigate. So grateful for that new resource partner that Angela's coming to us from the TOPS coaches who use and talk to her. So grateful to have her. Last week, we participated in a webinar. That webinar Steve and I hosted was about doing good together as a practice. If you watched that webinar, we're grateful that you tuned in. We are making a big push for 2026 Smiles for Life Whitening campaign to get more of our Crown Council practices involved and to understand the process that Smiles for Life Whitening can be a year-long campaign. Something that doesn't have to just be from March, April, May, and June, but can actually start now. And we met with the two very best practices. Well, I could say best practices. They raised the most money for Smiles through Smiles for Life Whitening. I did a 20-minute interview with the team from Shelbyville, the Mortensen Family Dental Practice in Shelbyville East. I think Shelbyville East. I hope I don't get that wrong. They could be West. But we talked about what they do in their practice specifically that makes them successful at Smiles for Life Whitening. I want to play that interview, 20 minutes long, that I did with them. We only shared a little 2 or 3 minute clip in the webinar. So this is the full interview we did, and I hopefully you can take some nuggets from it, learn from it, and be part of being a top Smiles for Life practice next year. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen. I got to make sure I share my sound. Share my sound. Okay, can you see my dumb face? Okay, here it comes.
Yeah.
All right, welcome everybody. I believe I'm recording. Yep, we're recording. Grateful to be with you today. We are reviewing some of our top Smiles for Life offices, what they did, how they made it successful. You guys, will you introduce yourselves real quick? Tell us who you are, where you're from.
Yeah, my name's Brittany. I am the Smiles for Life charity champion. I'm also
Yes.
an ETA at the Mortensen Shelbyville West location
Okay,
with Dr. Koval.
cool.
And I'm Adrienne Phillips. I'm the practice manager here at our Shelbyville West location.
Very good. And we just for everybody that doesn't know, we just wrapped up Smiles for Life Whitening over the last 4 months. And we do keep track of a very friendly, competitive nature of the top offices. And you guys were that, I believe, top 3 practices of all Crown Council offices that participated in Smiles for Life. Did you know that, obviously?
Yes, we track. We would get the Crown Council emails every Wednesday, and I would pop
Okay.
it up for our morning huddle, and I would say, "Okay, here's where we are."
So good. For those that don't know, Smiles for Life Whitening has been a huge part of Mortensen Family Dental, and Mortensen Family Dental, as a collective group, have raised over $3 million for Smiles for Life over the last 28 years. You guys are a part of an incredible giving legacy. Can we start there? Why is this part of your practice? Like when you guys think about, okay, here comes Smiles for Life, like why do you do it? Is it a top-down thing? Is it something that you're super passionate about? Can we just talk about all the reasons why you as a personally and then as a practice work on this little project? Can we do that?
So, both of us have been with our company for a while. I've now been here for 14 years. And, when I started, Sue and Wayne were very active in our company. Sue Mortensen is our cheerleader. I mean, she literally would come out with the pom-poms cheering. She just was all about doing good. And, coming to Crown Council every year, we also get re-energized of how else can we do good. And then we really pick from there, again, based off of Sue's recommendation, a charity champion for our practices. And it's basically who in your practice can be that cheerleader, who is somebody who enjoys charitable fun, somebody who enjoys doing good, someone has that servant heart. And honestly, when I came into this practice a couple years ago, Brittany was already our charity champion, and I found out very quickly why. She is definitely, I'll let you speak for yourself, but she definitely is somebody who enjoys community involvement. It's very important to her. How can we donate to the schools? How can we donate to the kids? So, it's really just about making sure you have that servant heart person to then promote for your team. Anything you'd
Nice.
add to that?
I mean, I agree with her. I kind of just lead with my heart. I'm very active just in generally in our community. So when they presented it with the opportunity to be the charity champion, I was all in. And working with everyone here, it was very easy to get all in for it.
Very cool. Okay, so I just did an interview with the Just for Grins group, and we actually didn't specifically use the word charity champion. This is something that is really fun and specific to you guys. Can we talk about what that means? I mean, we encourage every practice to have this little position, but Brittany, what is a charity champion? Can you describe that to other offices?
A charity champion really, like I said, is someone who thinks big picture, I think, that really finds a way to motivate people. Everyone is motivated by different things. So you kind of got to come together, talk to people, figure out what motivates them. And in the office, so many people are motivated with different ways. So you have to kind of group all that into one thing to be successful because you want everybody to buy into it. We do have a saying here, if you ain't first, you're last, by Ricky Bobby. So,
Oh my goodness.
I'm very fortunate. My team is very competitive in this office.
We
We
take that very
don't
seriously.
like to lose.
Oh my
I'm pretty
goodness.
sure Dr. Koval even says that phrase. So
Okay.
Yeah.
that's one of our big things for sure.
That's so good. Didn't Ricky Bobby's dad prove that saying to be absolutely false at the end of the day?
Yeah. We don't talk about that part.
I must have been high when I said that. Very
It's a good
good.
movie. We love that movie around.
So if you guys were to pin, let's just say 2 or 3 things, you were talking to a new practice this year who's like, hey, you guys did Smiles for Life. What would you say are the biggest difference makers in your practice for doing Smiles for Life whitening?
I would say what the biggest thing is finding that person that's going to spearhead it.
Okay.
And then collecting information. But something that I really like to do is create a theme. I already have a theme for next year, even in
Yeah.
mind, and I already started on it. But having a theme and then having a kickoff party the month before, one, just to go over the whitening products that we offer so everyone understands.
Okay.
And then 2, we do the theme so that we can track it, decorate the office in the theme. What was really cool this year is we did a wickedly white smile for the Wizard of Oz. So we did Wicked, which now we learned that Crown Council it's going to be.
Right? I was just thinking,
So it was perfect timing.
I'm like, do they
So-
know we're doing that? That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it was meant to be
But
literally.
we even decorate the room to represent the Emerald City this year. So we had a big backdrop. That is our whitening room. It's dedicated for our in-office whitening. Any impressions we're taking, we're going to take that patient back so that they can see the Emerald City and then track it where everyone could see it. So tracking can be different. I always make sure it's right front and center to where patients and staff can see it. This year we did an Emerald City at the top of the wall, and we had yellow bricks leading up to it. And anytime we did a whitening, we would write the patient's first name on a brick and who scheduled that whitening. And that's how we kind of tracked it going all the way up to the Emerald City.
That's so good. Would you say that led to motivation, staying engaged, being
Oh,
excited? Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Everyone can see it all.
Yeah.
So I love that. And they would even come and check their bricks and stuff to see where we were, who was winning. Obviously, a little
Fun.
friendly competition in the office with a prize,
Mhm.
all those kind of fun things.
You're not first, you're last. Very good. Okay. Talk about how the charity plays into, so do you guys have local charity? Do you know who you're giving to? Talk about how that maybe motivates or helps the campaign. Can you do that?
So, and Brittany always starts our Smiles for Life campaign with a kickoff meeting. We talk
Okay.
about what's our goal for this year? And it's not a goal that she sets. She really allows the team to create that together.
Nice.
We talk about charities. So in our company, if you raise over 2,000 in Smiles for Life, our company's charitable foundation will do $1,000 donation to a charity of our choosing. We like to choose somewhere local because we really want to be able to hand deliver that. I think it says a lot more, hand delivering somebody a check and putting faces to our company name. And as far as choosing a charity, we really, again, allow our team to be a big part of that decision. She's always said what they build, they are a part of what they create. And so this year we've decided to go with a Loving Choice, which is here in Shelbyville, Kentucky. It's a charitable foundation that helps mothers, pregnancy. They do all kinds of things for them. They help them medically, they help them financially, housing, etc. So we really just felt like this year it was a personal team choice. So
very cool. When you guys, I mean, Crown Council obviously is very interested in helping practices develop a culture of success. So can you see a correlation between doing good as a practice through Smiles for Life and then the culture of the people that you work with? Do those two things come together somewhere?
I believe so. I mean, I think again, when we do this kickoff, it's fun because yes, it Smiles for Life, but it's really like our bonding moment to come together as a team.
Yeah.
We're all deciding together that we're going to do good. Our doctors have to agree that, we're about to spend how many hours in a chair with a patient.
Right.
That, so it starts with that, and they're very supportive of it. And then it kind of goes into, we make sure that really all of our team, other than, our front office team doesn't put on gloves and do the impressions, but they do a lot of back end work to make sure we get it done. But our entire team jumps on board. They all know how to do the whitenings. They know how to take the impressions or pour up the models, trim the models, trim the trays, they all just make a strong effort to do it together. And I think that really starts our year off strong in how to, how are we going to do good together? And then when we come to Crown Council, it just builds off of that excitement and we bring that to the team. So I think all of it kind of goes hand in hand.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Fun.
For sure.
Good. So we are going to insert this little interview into a webinar where we're going to encourage everyone to do good, re-energize on Smiles for Life, recommit for next year. If you guys were just to rattle off like 10 things that you think offices have to be doing for Smiles for Life. We don't have to get to 10, but I mean, even if it's just systems or things that you guys are doing where a practice has never done Smiles for Life before, what have you learned over the years that make this thing that you're like, oh, well, duh, posters, or, oh, of course we're doing social media posts, or of course, theme. I mean, what is it that you guys are doing that you would say you have to be doing these things?
Some of them you just said. One, a theme, just because all the patients do really enjoy seeing it too. And they ask, like, what are these signs? Why do you have an Emerald City sitting right here?
Right.
Posters, obviously. Just making sure you fully understand the product. So when you're offering it, you are very knowledgeable in being able to speak to the people about it, the patients about it. Those are some of the big things, I think. And then making sure everyone has a voice in the campaign. Like I said, we come together. That kickoff party is huge for us because that's when we share the theme, the information. We brainstorm, what do we want our goal to be this year? So when everyone contributes, and then everyone's buying into it, so they know what our goal is and they're all in for that goal. Also raffles, we do raffles. Again, that's where everyone's coming together. What would you all like to raffle? And that's coming out of our own pocket saying, okay, I'm going to donate this for our raffle. I'm going to donate that for our raffle. So then we're making a basket together. And then this year we actually did our first annual cookout. We tried a cookout this year to finish because we were second for a minute and I didn't like being second. So we went to a cookout.
Okay.
Last Friday of the campaign.
It was great.
And it was successful. Again, just where we work, there's a lot of medical centers around us. So creating flyers, having someone deliver those flyers for that cookout and to tell them what we're doing. And
Yeah.
I mean, Beth was the perfect person to go around talking about Smiles for Life in our cookout.
Very cool. Fun list. I love that you guys have said product knowledge a few times. Just for Grins talked about that too, just making sure that everybody in the practice is participating, that it's not just like one or two people that are like, hey, we're doing Smiles for Life, hope it goes good. It's like the team buys in, and that is a very fun system that you've created. Okay, one more question. So for me, when I look at the phrases you used, serving a heart, leading with your heart, if you were going to talk about how you stay energized, right? I mean, sometimes this is you guys. We started our interview by saying like, "Oh man, I'm so glad it's over." What do you do at this time of year, or maybe as the campaign starting next year, to stay energized yourself, to connect with this doing good idea?
I just really get excited about the themes. Like I said, I already have my theme and I've already started.
Ricky Bobby, is it Talladega Night theme?
It's not. I will not tell anyone my theme until the kickoff party.
Okay.
So no one will know that. And I
Okay.
kind of like that. It's like a big secret. So I usually will grab someone to help me and then we'll kind of brainstorm. I already told the one girl, she's super excited over it. It's going to be really, really fun. I will definitely take pictures and send
Good
to you.
video, yeah.
Because they kind of see,
Yeah.
I think seeing's big, but our patients love to see it all in the wall. I have so many ideas. It's just, that's the way my brain works.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well,
I enjoy making.
I want to create like a charity champion, like focus group. I feel like you guys and you know, about a handful of 20 Crown Council offices, charity champions that are just really excelling. You guys have grasped how fun and how powerful this could be, not only for your team, but for your patients. And I'm just really grateful to be able to connect with you and see. I mean, we just sit in our office and we get the money. I know that sounds ridiculous. We don't get to see the fun stories or hear about you and all the awesome stuff that you do. So thank you for making what we do fun and making it successful. Is anything we missed? Anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
I would like to give kind of a pro tip on offering whitening because
Okay.
I've used that this year. And I feel like it has been very, very successful. I think just in the one Friday it was only a half day. I seen 4 patients and I got 3 of them to do whitening out of the 4. If you're ever doing a crown or anything, I like to ask them, like,
Okay.
when we're picking a shade for their crown, are you planning to whiten? Because right there, crowns don't change color. So that opens the door to let them know, oh, we're in our campaign. You can save a little bit of money. Would you like to whiten? And it usually just opens the door. Most patients are looking into whitening once you talk about how that crown is going to remain that color. So do you want it this color, or would you like to go up a shade or two and whiten your teeth? And it
Smart.
seems like that works a whole lot.
Yeah.
Very good. Anything else? Any other tip? Anything we missed? Any great stories that you guys are like, oh, this year that was the coolest thing that happened, or I don't know, anything fun?
I mean, I just feel like every year I'm just impressed by our team. I mean, we could sit here all day and just talk about how our team makes this happen, but you know, Brittany made a great point. When you're doing Smiles for Life and you're trying to get your team bought in, a
Yeah.
big thing is like with our team, in order to do raffles, like she said, we all purchase out of our own pockets, and maybe
Mhm.
that's not feasible for everybody, but when you have a team buy-in, we have 15 people. So if everybody bought $5 worth, then it makes something, you know, bigger than what your office maybe could purchase, or maybe asking your doctors to purchase something. Again, trying to make this a team effort and not singling out, Brittany, you're our charity champion. I want you to spend all the money, or doctors, we need from you. If you're trying to get people to do things, you have to make it a team effort. So I just strongly encourage, talk to your doctors, make sure they are bought in, make sure your leader is bought in, make sure whoever is spearheading this is bought in, and then really, to her point, what motivates everybody else. You know, some like money and some don't. So, you know, you can't get them all to buy in with that one thing. So really trying to get to know your team is very important.
Very cool. Well, just FYI, maybe I'll edit this out, but Just for Grins has over 40 employees in their practice.
Wow. Yeah. See,
So-
that's
Nice.
huge.
So for you guys to do 23,000 with 15 puts you way above most money donated per team member, which is something really fun to be proud of.
Well, over the last 4 years, we've donated just in our office alone 80,637. So that makes us,
Oh, yeah.
we're excited.
Good job. Fun.
We're ready to hit 100.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you. All right. What an incredible practice. I love a few takeaways there. That charity champion, finding that person in the practice who is passionate and willing to run the Smiles for Life whitening campaign. I love the idea, and I'll share the other interview next week, that they have a very early in the year team meeting that sets goals, sets the vision, and organizes the Smiles for Life whitening campaign for the next year. Those are two really great takeaways from meeting with Shelbyville West. So grateful for them. That's going to be the end of our show today. Grateful you would join us. We will be back next Thursday with another Crown Council live stream show. So thanks for being with us, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks, everybody.